Meet Kevin just took his long, thick, juicy pee-pee and slapped it all over the New York Stock Exchange. In this video, I'm going to react to Meet Kevin finally listing his ETF on the New York Stock Exchange. And on top of that, I'm a little upset because I never got an invitation from Kevin to attend as a guest. But he actually invited some very interesting characters, as we're going to see. Let's go ahead and watch.
This is exciting. I kind of feel like I'm in a little bit of a dream world right now. It's just like surreal. I mean, look at all this crazy stuff around here.
You know, this is like a once-in-a-lifetime thing here, just being inside this building. There's a lot of history right here.
It happens in the blink of an eye because you just can't believe that you're actually there.
The fact that a YouTuber has now gotten to the level that we're here because of his ETF.
I mean, you know, people work here their whole lives in the city and never go into that building and step foot on that floor. It was a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Kevin, if you're watching this right now, you absolutely crushed it.
Is that Matt Kohrs? Now, if you don't know who Matt Kohrs is, he's this massive loser who talked about how AMC was going to the moon. And dare I say anymore? Do I need to say anymore? We all know what happened with AMC. It got absolutely wrecked. So Matt Kohrs made his career on pumping AMC. Basically, everybody lost all their freaking money. And now I guess he's attending the ETF Launch. That's beautiful. I didn't know Matt Kohrs. I don't know if he was there with Kevin or he just happened to be in the area or what. But, yeah. That's kind of an interesting person to associate yourself with.
We are inside the New York Stock Exchange, and I'm giving you an exclusive behind-the-scenes tour of what it's like to be on the trading floor during the closing bell ringing.
This is so exciting and such an honor coming to you from the New York Stock Exchange. We've got trading booths behind me. We've got CNBC right here. There is the bell that we're going to ring for the closing. Such an honor. Presidents have been up there. Celebrities. This is so cool. And today we get to ring the closing bell.
In this video, I show you never before seen footage inside the New York Stock Exchange, what it's like to be a part of the bell ringing ceremony, and I interview the man himself, Kevin Paffrath, along with other fellow YouTubers and folks that came from all over the world for this once-in-a-lifetime event. Kevin's launching an ETF. What do you think that means for the creator economy YouTubers in general?
You don't need big media to like help you with this, and anyone can do this on your own. Like Kevin bootstrapped himself all the way up here, and now he's ringing the bell on Wall Street, so it's pretty insane.
Now, I don't know how you list an ETF. I guess if you just have a lot of money, you could probably make it happen. Because while I love Kevin and he does pay me $2,000 a month, I will say I was never impressed with his stock picking skills. He is more of a trader, okay? He trades back and forth, and you know he perfectly timed the top of the market. But if you look at a lot of the stocks that he talked about, you know, back during when the pandemic was going full force, a lot of the stocks that he talked about have been absolutely annihilated, okay? So, at the end of the day, I don't really know where PP is going to go in the future. I have my doubts it's going to outperform the S&P 500. But, I don't even know what to say, man. Like, it's, I guess it's cool that, he's finally, got this ETF listed and it's trading. But at the same time, it's like, okay, what did you really do besides have a lot of money? Honestly. I mean, like, do you have to have a certain amount of returns to list something on the New York Stock Exchange? No, you don't. As a matter of fact, I bet you Jeremy Lefebvre, if he really wanted to and he really had the money, he would be able to list something on the New York Stock Exchange. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
I mean, hey, I don't think I'm going to be launching an ETF anytime soon. It sounds a bit stressful, but congrats to him. It's really huge, and I'm excited for it.
I would love to have my own ETF, man. Woo, boy. It would just be some random, phallic-related name, and then I would just have VT inside of it.
Let me quickly explain what's happening and why we're in New York City for this historic event. Kevin is the first YouTuber to launch a publicly traded ETF. An ETF is an exchange-traded fund. Think of it as a portfolio of stocks that anyone can buy into. Kevin's basket of stocks is called the Pricing Power ETF with a ticker symbol PP, and today he's ringing the closing bell of the New York Stock Exchange.
We're about to go inside Wall Street. Let's go, baby.
This is a really big deal, and this ceremony is reserved for the CEO or founders of new public companies or entities like the Pricing Power ETF. By luck of the draw and invitation, I was one of about 100 other people who got the exclusive access to join Kevin inside the New York Stock Exchange on the trading floor to celebrate this accomplishment.
First YouTuber to launch an ETF. What are your thoughts?
I think it's fantastic. I mean, the more that you get people to talk about finance at a younger age, it only helps for savings and thinking of the future and stuff like that. So if people are talking about finance and a lot of people are driven to YouTube, it's a fantastic thing to just have those discussions. I think it's great. I'm really happy.
I disagree. I don't think it's a fantastic thing that a lot of young people are learning finance from YouTube. As a matter of fact, I think it's destroying people because they come on YouTube. That's where a lot of young people go on to learn their financial information. They see people like Kevin and other people that really aren't that great at picking stocks, that are day traders, that are options traders, that are crypto traders. They listen to these clowns, they lose all of their freaking money, and they get turned off from investing forever. So no, I don't think it's actually a good thing that young people on YouTube are talking about investing. I can see the appeal because they're young, but they're also clowns because they're young.
It's really exciting.
We like him because he's got opinions that are sort of unfiltered, and you can tell he's not necessarily getting all of his information from one place. He's consolidating it, and he's consistent. After 3 years of watching somebody almost every day, in a lot of situations, multiple times a day, you sort of are able to develop the trust that you wouldn't be able to do otherwise.
Network, talk to people, have a good time. I mean, it's not every day you got to be on the New York Stock Exchange, so...
Intern house hack. That guy looks like such a frat boy.
This is exciting. I kind of feel like I'm in a little bit of a dream world right now. It's just like surreal. I mean, look at all this crazy stuff around here. There's PP everywhere. I mean, it's amazing.
And Jack, what do you think?
It's cool.
It's cool. There it is. Congratulations again, man.
I think this is the moment where we will look back in 20 years and say, you know what, 2022 was that year I took risks, or 2023 was that year I started a business or started a new investment, or whatever. I think in 20 years we'll all be able to look back and go, that was a dream. That was the time to work harder, to invest, to try harder, and make sure you really gave it your all.
Could you imagine me up there with my bathrobe and my pig sun hat? Trust me, there will never be a time where I launch my own ETF ever. Even if I had the money to do it, if I became a famous YouTuber and I had millions of dollars, I would never launch an ETF because it's contrary to everything that I believe in.
Being on the trading floor is unreal. I've seen it on TV, I've seen it in the movies, heard stories, and now I'm actually here cheering on the closing bell. It's absolutely insane. Congratulations, Kevin.
Ben just rang the bell. It was an amazing experience. We're so excited to be here. Once in a lifetime opportunity.
I think it's inspirational to see Kevin here. That I think he was here 13 years ago to the date, and now he's launching his own ETF. I was sitting next to him when his video was playing. It's extremely inspirational.
It means the opportunities are out there. You don't need to be in traditional finance to make it out here. You just got to put your mind to it.
I try to get around up.
I see a lot of CPAs that attended this. I mean, it's kind of funny to me that, there's all these other CPAs here. And they're fans of Kevin, which is fine. He does good analysis. Like, he does a lot of research. I'll give him that. But they saw that he was shilling a bunch of interesting stocks. And as CPAs, I would imagine they would look at the financials and be like, what is going on here? It's just a very interesting thing that I see.
They're like-minded individuals as much as possible, and that's what you guys should do as well.
One word for your experience. I can't do that live on the floor.
What's going on, guys? Here outside the New York Stock Exchange with Matt, fellow YouTuber. What do you think? We just saw the ringing bell.
There he is, the loser himself.
Dude, what an exciting time. The fact that a YouTuber has now gotten to the level that we're here because of his ETF, to me, it's a crazy, crazy occasion. I just feel fortunate to be here. I hope, fingers crossed, that it's just the thing that starts it, many, many coming. Because, there's a lot of people out there, such as Kevin, that they really know what they're talking about. So, to me, I'm looking at this a little starry-eyed, and I just think maybe one day more people will end up following. But what do you think of it all?
Dude, I thought it was nuts. I think it's so cool to meet so many people from all over the country, actually from other countries as well, who came out to New York to be a part of this. And it's people who are passionate about this community, and I think seeing more people do big things is huge.
This is my first time in New York City. She's been before, but we wanted to be here and support.
Now that guy is a hunk of meat now, isn't he?
Kevin, since he's been a great source of inspiration and influence on finances and a lot of our goals in our married life.
As a couple, how important do you think it is to be aligned on financial goals?
It's so important. It keeps everyone on the same page, and it makes everything run so much more smoothly.
One thing that
helps your finances if your wife obeys you.
That we did is we, as a couple, sat down and watched Kevin's courses. Just because, again, I wanted her to be in line with what my goals are, short term and long term, so that way she didn't feel like she was getting the short end of the stick, and that we had a long term goal for the future.
I mean, just the energy, the people that we met, everyone had interesting stories, backstories. Just what an event. Absolutely. Kevin, if you're watching this right now, you absolutely crushed it.
With Julia, she was inside. What do you think?
So cool, so crazy, just the most surreal experience. It was amazing. Once in a lifetime, so grateful for this opportunity. Actually a hairdresser from Boston who just pays a lot of attention to finance through Kevin. Really big for the retail community because it's going to bring a lot of exposure to this sort of world. I think it's really exciting.
So have you ever been inside the New York Stock Exchange?
No, never been inside. I hope later I can even recall the memories. It was just such like a crazy, experience. It kind of happens in the blink of an eye because you just can't believe that you're actually there. I mean, people work here their whole lives in the city and never go into that building and step foot on that floor. So super grateful for the opportunity.
I actually plan on going to New York for vacation, probably after tax season. And I'm going to see if I can find a way to get on the New York Stock Exchange. And I'm going to find where the VT desk is. Imagine if there was a VT desk.
I think it's really going to be an interesting decade for the retail investor, and how we, as a retail community, actually has more leverage power than Wall Street.
What advice do you have for people who are thinking?
Okay. I disagree with that statement. Retail having more leverage power than Wall Street. At the end of the day, that might actually be a good thing, because people always talk about this index fund bubble, right? They're like, oh, everybody's buying index funds, and the markets aren't efficient anymore, and there's no price discovery, and people aren't buying and selling securities based on analysis. If retail gets super involved in buying individual stocks, that actually helps index funds. That actually makes markets more efficient. That actually makes markets more, that actually creates more price discovery. So at the end of the day, that might actually be a good thing. But I vehemently disagree that, retail is going to have more power than Wall Street. Because retail, as we've seen, sucks at investing. And they always will suck. Okay? Just because Kevin launched an ETF doesn't mean this is a crowning achievement of retail. It might actually make retail look stupid if that ETF gets absolutely annihilated. Look what happened to ARK. It got wrecked. If Kevin's ETF gets wrecked like that, he'll be the laughing stock of Wall Street. I'm just saying.
About getting involved in personal finance, in the market, anything like that?
Learn, watch videos, YouTube University. Definitely follow me, Kevin. But never stop learning. You always, if you don't know something, look it up. Google's your best friend, and so is YouTube.
You guys should invest in PP.
Long PP, always.
Long PP. Long PP.
Not financial advice, but buy the dip. Check out me, Kevin.
This is exciting.
Go to bogleheads.org, all right? So that's the concluding video. I mean, congratulations to Kevin. That's great. I mean, it must, like I said, I'll never be on the New York Stock Exchange. Even if I got rich, I would never be on there. But, I mean, at least you can say it's an accomplishment. He did it. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like, okay, I'm just ambivalent about it. I mean, I just remembering all the stocks that he bought, all the destruction. I don't know, man. I'm a little concerned about this. And, this could backfire if PP gets absolutely wrecked. I'm just saying. Okay? Anyway, that's it. Got to get to work. Have a wonderful day. Cheers!